Hi everyone, the Island Stacker here. Welcome to another video. Firstly, I just want to apologize for my lack of any content recently, but we're back at it. So today I have in front of me the final coin in the Royal Tudor Beast series. It's taken a while, but the Royal Mint have finally released the final coin. So we have here the Royal Tudor Beast Royal Dragon. So we're just going to unbox this and then I'll show you the completed set. Finally, it's taken just about 4.5 years for the Royal Mint to release these 10 coins, so it's been a long drawn out process, and I'm very thankful that this has come to an end, so I don't have any more continuation orders or anything like that with the Royal Mint, because as I've said on other videos, the pricing of these coins is drastically overpriced and varies so much that I'm just glad that it's over with, and I'm sure there's probably other people out there that are in the same boat as me. So yeah, took delivery of this today. So today is the 23rd of April 2026, so these have been boxed up for nearly a month, which is a bit longer than we normally see with these type of coins. I don't know if they're having some issues with getting stuff out the door or anything like that. So as we see, the box hasn't changed, still the standard Royal Mint boxing. We'll open this one up. As always, the booklet about the design and the coin. I'll just have a quick flick through. By all means, pause if you want to take a closer read of any of this information around the history behind what's on the coin and something about the stuff at Hampton Court. So just the normal bits and pieces, and then the breakdown of what's included in the design. So that's that. And the box itself, this emblem looks slightly different color than recently. I have to say I haven't had anything for the Royal Mint for quite a while. The last few things that I've had from them have been the last coins in this series, so I don't know if they've changed that. Maybe they have. Let me know in the comments if they have. Have a quick look at the COA. So 1290. Let's have a look how many there is. So 2,500 in total, 2,762. They'll be in other various sets or collections that the Royal Mint tries to release at some point, I'm sure, and charge an astronomical amount of money for. So 2,500, that's quite a bit of a drop from some of the initial first coins, which were 5,500 coins per run. So obviously the interest is probably, as expected, has probably died off from this series, with it being so long. The capsule is tight, which is a rarity, I have to admit. So just let me zoom in and hopefully give you a better look at the coin. I don't know if that's on the capsule. Let's have a look if I can get it loose now. It's well and truly stuck on. I feel like they've changed the capsules. They're not twist lock anymore. They're push. So I'll have to have a quick look at that. But yeah, you can see it's probably just something under the capsule. So Royal Dragon, similar sort of squatting, sitting type design as we've seen on the other coins. And then Charles on the back. Again, there's something just by the X and F, which seems to have come off, so it's probably just on the capsule. Yeah, I'll have a quick look at that afterwards, but hopefully that's not a scratch, because besides law, the last one of the series that I'd have to send back because there's quality issues, which we know we've been all plagued with from the Royal Mint over the past few years with their quality or lack thereof. So if I just go back out a touch, and then we'll have a quick gander. So that'll be the 10th and final coin in the collection. So excuse the slightly dirty insert from the box that came with the set. But that is all 10 coins. Slightly different from the Queen's Beasts. So there's 2 lions in this series, as there was with the Queen's Beast. There's 2 panthers and 2 dragons in this one. So the beasts have slightly changed based on the stuff that's down at Hampton Court. I had a quick look through. I don't know if people are aware, they probably are, that the Royal Mint announced a price increase at the end of January this year based on metal prices. Another excuse for them to rack up prices without any sort of reason or why. Okay, spot price did increase, but it just come back down now. I'll run through the details quickly. So I had a quick look on the Royal Mint's website just before the price hike was announced, and I picked a random 1 ounce silver coin that was currently up at £132.50. The day after, when I checked, once the price increase had gone into effect, that had increased by £35 to £167.50, which is crazy. Understanding that the peak price of silver was at the end of January, where it hit £88 per ounce. But as of today, when I'm recording this, it's back down at about 55 or just over £55 an ounce. So it's dropped considerably since then. But as you can probably guess, there's been no price decrease from the Royal Mint because spot prices come down. Instantly whack it up because the spot price is increased, but don't drop it when the prices come down. I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest, but there we go. So just a quick rundown through the cost of these. So obviously we started with the Seymour Panther. I looked through the receipts that I got from these coins, and this coin came out in October 2021. So that's how long this has been dragging out for. And the initial coin was £95. We then move across to the Lion of England, which again was £95, which came out in February of 2022. Then September 2022 was the Jarl of Beaufort, £105, so it increased by 10. Bull of Clarence in April 2023, so £95.50. I feel like I might have complained around the price increase and they might have taken postage or something off, hence why the price is lower than the original one. And then same sort of thing maybe with the next 2. I can't remember, it's been so long. But the next coin was £102.50 in October 2023, then £103.50 for the dragon in March of 24, then September for the next panther, which was 110. Then we jumped to 2025, so then the greyhound was £115 in February 2025. October 2025 for the Queen's Lion at 123. I don't know why it's such a random price. And then this final coin, the Royal Dragon, as of April 2026 at £165. So we've gone from £95 to £165. So that's quite a significant increase over the period of time since this started. Yes, spot prices increased from when this coin was released. I think it was around £18 or £20 potentially when this was released, and it's now at 55 as of today. So an increase of about £35, but a much larger increase in the value, in the price of these coins that the Royal Mint has charged from here to here. But so in total, this series has cost me £1,113.50, which is crazy and mind-bending that 10 ounces has cost me that much money, considering 10 ounces doesn't cost anywhere near that if you were to just buy a bar. Obviously, these are proof coins, so there's obviously higher quality than that, but this series isn't going to make any money anytime soon, I don't think, unless silver has a massive rally again, which might increase the spot price, which make these about justifiable. But at the moment, there's no chance of anyone selling any of these for any kind of profit. But that's the way it is. I kind of knew that to start with, but I didn't expect like the price increases to be so significant over the period of time. I did expect this series to come out completely a bit quicker than 4.5 years, but as I've said, I'm happy that it's done and dusted. One final thing that I did find a little bit odd, I hadn't noticed on the last receipt from the Royal Mint, but it's also on this time's invoice, is this stamp here for this company based in Ireland. Now, I had a quick Google. I'm not sure how accurate this is or not, but basically this is some sort of quality control company where the company has no physical presence inside the EU or the UK, which I find a little bit odd for the Royal Mint because it's based in Wales. So I don't know if they're doing some sort of offshoring or outsourcing or what they're doing. I don't know if anybody else has any ideas as to why this is started suddenly appearing on invoices from the Royal Mint, because the return address is still the PO box in Wales, so I'm not sure how or why this has started appearing. But if anybody else knows in the comments, let me know. So yeah, that's it. The final Tudor Beasts coin has been released and the set is now complete. I still am trying to work through collecting the gold quarter ounces, but at the moment with costs, I just can't afford to buy any of those at the moment. But hopefully at some point in the future, I'll be able to complete that and I will put a video up if I get any more of those coins. As I said, it would be nice to have the gold set as well as the Queen's Beast that I already have. But there we go. Let me know your thoughts on this series. Have you completed it? Have you gone through the same pain that I have to get to the final 10 coins? You probably find it a bit cheaper on eBay or something at the moment anyway than what I've spent at the moment. But let me know your final thoughts. Thanks very much for watching as always, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.